Hello, and a very warm welcome to you.
Hello.
You are listening to a special edition of the Deep Dive.
That's right.
Now, usually on this show, we speak very, very fast. We talk about complex science. We talk about difficult news.
The big problems of the world, yes.
Exactly. But today, we are doing something different.
We are.
Today, we are slowing down.
Yes, we are slowing down. We are taking a deep breath.
Hmm?
Today, we are here for you, the English learner. We know that, well, learning a new language is hard work.
It really is.
It takes time. It takes patience. So today, we are going to speak clearly. We are going to speak simply.
We want you to understand every single word.
That's the goal.
So imagine we are not in a studio.
Okay.
Imagine we are in a comfortable room. Maybe it's a library with soft chairs.
Oh, I like that.
Or a coffee shop with a warm drink.
Even better.
There is no stress here. There is no test.
No.
There's only listening and understanding.
That sounds very nice. I like the idea of a warm room. The goal for today is to explore language.
Right.
English is a beautiful language, but it can be tricky. It has secrets. Today, we want to unlock some of those secrets for you.
And our specific mission today is to look at a very special type of word.
A very special type.
We call these phrasal verbs. Now, if you are a student, you might. You might hate phrasal verbs.
Oh, yes. Many students find them confusing.
But they are the heart of natural English.
That is so true. Native speakers use them all the time. But what is a phrasal verb? I think we should explain that simply.
Yes, let's do that.
A phrasal verb is a mix. It's like cooking. You take two ingredients.
Okay, two ingredients. The first ingredient is a verb. A verb is an action word, a doing word like go or take or look.
Exactly. Then you add the second ingredient, a small word. We call it a preposition.
Words like up, down, in, out.
For or by.
Right. So when you mix these two ingredients together, magic happens.
It does.
The meaning changes. It becomes something new.
A completely new meaning.
Look means to use your eyes. You look at me.
Right.
But look for means to search for something you lost, like your keys.
Yes. I am looking for my keys. The small word changes everything.
It's like chemistry. You take two safe things and they become something new and powerful.
A perfect way to say it. Today, we have selected 5 specific phrasal verbs to study.
We're going to dive deep into them. We will not rush.
No, we'll take our time to understand the feeling of each word.
We have a list from our source material, the complete phrasal verbs list.
A very long list.
A very long list. But we have chosen just 5 verbs that start with the letter A.
Okay, what are they?
They are abide by, account for, ache for, act on, and act out.
It's a wonderful list. These words cover many parts of life.
They do.
We have a word for rules. We have a word for money and reasons.
A word for deep love and sadness.
Yes. A word for making decisions. And a word for playing games and performing.
It's a full journey. So here is how we will do this.
Okay.
First, I will introduce the word. Then you will help us explain the meaning using very, very simple English.
I will paint a picture with my words.
Perfect. After the definition, we will do something special. We will act.
We will perform a dialogue, a conversation.
We want you to hear the word in a real situation. So listen to the story. Listen to the context.
And finally, we will review.
We will make sure we remember. Are you ready to begin this deep dive into English?
I am ready. Let's begin with the first one.
The phrasal verb we will study now is abide by.
Abide by. That is spelled A-B-B-I-D-E, abide.
The second word is by, by.
Abide by.
This is a formal word. It sounds a little bit old.
Yes, serious. It sounds serious. What does
So,
it mean?
Let's look at the simple definition. To abide by means to accept a rule.
To accept it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And to follow a decision. Imagine there is a law or a rule at your school.
Or in a game.
Yes, or in a game. You must follow it. You cannot change it. You must respect it. So it's about authority, about someone telling you what to do.
Yes, that's a good way to think about it. And think about the word abide. A long, long time ago, abide meant to stay or to live.
Oh, that's interesting.
So when you abide by a rule, you stay with the rule. You do not run away from it.
You live inside the rule.
Exactly. You live inside it.
That is a helpful image, staying with the rule.
Mm.
The source text mentions a court of law with a judge.
Right.
It says, we have to abide by what the court says.
That is the perfect example. In a court, the judge makes a decision. The judge says, this is the law.
And you might not like it.
No. You might be angry about it, but
You
must accept it.
You have to.
You must abide by the decision. If you do not, well, you go to jail.
So abide by is not just doing something. It's about accepting that you must do it.
Yes, it is about obedience.
Obedience, that's a good word.
Think about sports,
Okay,
football, or soccer. The referee is the boss.
right. The person in black?
Yes, if the referee gives you a red card, you must leave the field. You must abide by the referee's decision.
You cannot say no.
You cannot. You have to follow the instruction.
Let's try to hear this in a dialogue. We need a place with very strict rules.
A place with strict rules? How about a library?
A library is perfect. Libraries are quiet.
Yes.
They have rules about noise. They have rules about food.
Okay. In this situation, I will be a visitor to the library, a regular person.
And I will be the librarian. I work there. I am responsible for the rules.
You are the authority.
I am. Okay, I'm ready.
Me too. Let's start.
Okay, the scene is a very quiet room. Lots of books.
Hello. Wow, look at all these books. I love this book. Oh, I need to call my friend. Hello. Hey.
Oh, I am at the library.
Excuse me. Sir. Excuse me.
What? I am on the phone.
Sir, please lower your voice. This is a library.
I know it is a library. I am just talking to my friend. It's important.
Sir, look at the sign on the wall. The red sign.
He says,
Yes, it says silence. Oh, I see the sign. But my conversation is very, very important.
I understand it's important to you.
Yeah.
But we have strict rules here. Everyone wants to read in peace.
So?
You must abide by the rules of the library.
Abide by the rules? Does that mean I have to stop talking?
Yes. It means you must follow the instruction. If you want to stay in this room, you must abide by the rule of silence.
And if I don't?
If you do not abide by the rules, I will ask you to leave. You must go outside.
Oh, I do not want to leave. It is cold outside. I like the library. It is warm in here.
Then you have a choice.
Okay.
You can stay, but you must be quiet.
Yeah.
You must accept the rule.
Okay. I understand. I will abide by the rule. I will hang up my phone. I am sorry.
Thank you. We appreciate it when visitors abide by our regulations. Please enjoy the books.
Thank you. I will be quiet now.
That was a good example. I was a very strict librarian.
You were, but it was clear. You gave me a choice.
Yes. The choice was simple. Follow the rule or leave. To stay, you had to abide by the condition of silence.
It feels like a strong word, a very formal, serious word.
And then
You would not say to a friend, please abide by my choice of movie.
No.
No?
That is much too formal. It sounds strange.
It does.
We use it for laws, contracts, schools, organizations.
So if you sign a contract for a new job, a paper with rules,
Yes,
you agree to abide by the company policy.
exactly. You agree to follow all the rules of the company. It is a promise to obey.
I think we have this one. Abide by means to follow and accept a strict rule or decision.
Perfect. Let's move to the second phrasal verb.
I'm ready.
The phrasal verb we will study now is account for.
Account for. That is account, and FOR for.
Account for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this word account looks like mathematics. It looks like counting. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, and it is related to numbers. But the meaning here is, well, it's slightly different. The simple definition is to explain.
To explain. But it is a specific type of explanation, isn't it?
It is.
It's not explaining a movie or a book.
No. It is about explaining why something happened. Or explaining where something is. It is about giving a reason.
I like that. So imagine there is a mystery.
A mystery.
Something is missing.
Right.
Or something is wrong.
Yeah.
You need to solve the mystery. You need to give the answer.
The source text talks about money. It says, they had to account for all the money that had gone missing.
That is the most common way we use it.
Yeah.
So imagine you have a business, a shop,
Okay.
and you have a box of money, the cash register. At the end of the day, you count the money.
You count it. $100.
Yeah.
$200. But wait, the computer says you should have $300.
$100 is missing.
No.
Where did it go? Did someone steal it? Did you lose it?
You must answer this question. You must tell the story of the missing money.
You must account for the loss.
Ah, I see. So if you can say, oh, I used the money to buy paper for the shop, then you have explained it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have accounted for it. The story is complete.
So it means to give a satisfactory record, to make the numbers balance.
Exactly. But it is not only for money. It can be for time, too.
For time. How?
Well, imagine you are late for work.
Okay.
Your boss says you are 2 hours late. Can you account for your time?
Ah, I must explain where I was for those 2 hours.
Yes. My car broke down. That is your explanation.
That is how I account for the delay.
Let's try a dialogue. Let's go back to the idea of a shop, a business.
Okay. A shop.
I will be the owner of a small shop.
Yeah.
I sell, let's say, shoes.
And I'm your assistant. I work for you. I help you sell the shoes.
Good. So it is 9:00 p.m. The shop is closed.
Yeah.
We are in the back office. We are looking at the cash register.
Okay, I am a little nervous. I don't know why.
Let's begin. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have a problem.
What is the problem, boss? Is something wrong?
Yes. Look at this list. We sold 10 pairs of shoes today. We should have $500 in the box.
That sounds right. We had a very busy day.
But look in the box.
Yeah.
There's only $450.
What?
$50 is gone.
$50? That is a lot of money.
It is. And you were working at the register all day. Can you account for the missing $50?
Me?
What?
I don't know. I promise I put all the money in the box.
Think. Where did it go? We need to account for every dollar. If we cannot explain it, it's a big problem.
Wait, I remember something.
What? Tell me.
At lunchtime, the delivery man came. He brought the new boxes of shoes.
Yeah.
And he needed payment for the delivery. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're at lunch, so I paid him cash from the box.
You pay the delivery man how much?
$50. Look, I wrote a note. Here is the receipt. It was under the stapler.
Oh, let me see. Ah, yes. Delivery fee, $50. Okay.
Does that help? Does that explain it?
Yes, that explains it. You have accounted for the missing money. It was not stolen. It was used for business.
Phew. I was worried for a minute.
Now the numbers match. The mystery is solved. Thank you for accounting for that expense.
You are welcome, boss.
I like that story. There was a moment of panic.
There was. Where is the money? That is the question.
Yes. And here is the receipt.
Mm.
That is the answer. That is the accounting.
So, account for means to give the reason, to explain the gap.
It is about responsibility. If you are responsible for something, you must be able to account for it.
It is a very useful phrase for work, I think.
It is. So let's review. Account for means to explain, to justify, or to give a reason for a number or an action.
Great. What is next on our list?
The phrasal verb we will study now is ache for.
Ache for. That is A-C-H-E. Ache and F-O-R-4.
Ache for. First, we need to understand the word ache. A-C-H-E.
Yes. Usually ache is about physical pain.
Right.
If you eat too much candy, you get a stomach ache. Your stomach hurts.
If you work on the computer all day, you get a headache. Your head hurts.
Yes, it is a dull pain. It is not sharp like a cut. It is a heavy, slow pain.
So what does ache for mean? Are we talking about pain?
Sort of, but it is not physical pain in your body. It is emotional pain.
In your heart.
Yes. The simple definition is to want something or someone a lot.
A lot. It means you desire something so much it hurts your heart. It is a very deep feeling.
Yes, very deep. You do not ache for a napkin.
Yeah.
You do not ache for a bus ticket.
No. Those are small things. You ache for important things.
People you love.
Yes. You ache for people you love. You ache for your home.
The source text gives a romantic example.
It does.
It says, "My partner has been away for a fortnight. I am aching for her."
A fortnight is an old British word for 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks, the partner is traveling. They are far away.
And the person is lonely.
Yes, they miss their partner. They feel a heavy sadness in their chest. They ache for them to come back.
It is so much stronger than I miss you.
It is.
I miss you is nice. I ache for you is deep. It's a poetic.
Poetic, yes. Can we use it for things that are not people?
Yes. If the feeling is very strong, imagine you are very, very hungry. You have not eaten for 2 days.
Oh, that is a terrible situation.
In that situation, you could say, I am aching for a meal. Your body needs it. It hurts.
I see. Or imagine you live in a very cold place.
Okay.
It is snowing every day, and you hate the cold.
You might say, I am aching for the sun. I am aching for summer. You want the warmth very, very badly.
Let's try a dialogue for this one. This one should be a little bit sad.
A little bit emotional, yes.
Okay.
Let's be two friends. We are sitting in a park. It is a nice day, but you look sad.
I am sad. I am thinking about my home.
And where is your home in this story?
My home is in Brazil, far away. I'm currently living in London.
And it is gray and rainy.
It is. Okay, let's start.
You can start.
Okay.
You look thoughtful.
Oh, hi. I am okay. I am just thinking.
What are you thinking about?
I am looking at this gray sky. It is so cloudy. It is always raining here.
It is typical London weather.
I know, but I really miss Brazil. I saw a photo of my family today. They were at the beach. The sun was shining. They looked so happy.
Do you miss them?
Miss them. I ache for them. It hurts right here, my chest.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sounds very hard.
It is hard. I ache for the sunshine. I ache for the food from home. I ache for the sound of my language.
Being away from home is difficult. You are homesick.
Yes, I am aching for my old life. I just want to jump on a plane right now and go home.
Maybe you can visit them soon.
I hope so. Until then, I just have to live with the ache. My heart aches for home.
That was a little depressing.
It was sad, but it showed the meaning perfectly, I think.
I agree. You felt a strong pain because you wanted something you could not have.
Yes. I wanted Brazil. I could not have Brazil, so I ached for it.
It is a word about desire and distance. When the thing you love is far away.
You ache for it.
So remember, you listening, use this word for big feelings. Love, home, deep needs.
Exactly. Let's review. Ache for means to want something or someone very much, with a feeling of emotional pain.
Got it.
Let's move to a more active verb, something a bit happier.
Good idea. The phrasal verb we will study now is act on.
Act on, that is A-C-T, act, and O-N, on.
Act on. Act means to do something.
To take action, to move.
And on connects the action to a reason.
Yes, the simple definition is to take action because of information.
This is important. It is a two-step process.
2 steps.
Step 1, you hear something. You learn something. You get information.
Step 2, you do something because of what you heard.
The information pushes you. The information makes you move.
Yes.
Yeah.
The source text talks about the police. It says, the police were acting on a tip.
A tip is secret information.
Yes.
Someone calls the police and says, the bad guys are in the blue house. That is the tip.
Now, the police have information. What do? Do they go to sleep?
Yo.
No. They get in their cars, they drive to the blue house, they act on the tip.
They take action based on the information.
Exactly. We use this in normal life, too. Think about advice.
Advice. Advice is information. If your doctor says, you are sick, you must sleep more.
That is the information.
Yeah.
If I go home and go to bed early, I am acting on the doctor's advice.
And if you stay up late and watch TV?
I am not acting on the advice. I am ignoring it.
That's right. Let's try a dialogue. Let's use something everyone understands. The weather.
Oh, yes. Everyone talks about the weather.
In this scene, we are at home. We want to go for a picnic in the park.
A picnic? I love picnics. I have the blanket.
I have the sandwiches ready.
But we need to check the news first. We need information.
Right. I am looking at the sky. It looks sunny.
But what does the radio say? Let's start.
Okay.
Hey, are you ready to go? I have the blanket. I have the basket. The sun is shining.
Wait a minute. Do not open the door yet.
Why? It is a beautiful morning. Let's go.
I am listening to the weather report on the radio. Listen.
What does it say?
The weatherman says there's a big storm coming.
A storm.
A very fast storm. It'll be here in 10 minutes. Heavy rain and thunder.
Really? But the sky is blue right now.
I know, but the report is very clear. It says it's a dangerous storm.
That is important information.
Yes. And we have a choice. We can ignore the news and go out. Or we can act on the news.
Well, if we ignore it, we will get very wet. Our sandwiches will be ruined.
Correct.
I think we should act on this warning. We should change our plans.
How should we act on it? What should we do?
Let's have the picnic inside, in the living room. We stay safe and dry.
That is a smart decision. We are taking action to stay safe.
Good. I will unpack the blanket here on the floor.
I am glad we acted on that weather report. Look, it is starting to rain already.
Wow. That was close.
That was a practical example.
It was. The information was, rain is coming.
And the action was, stay inside.
We acted on the information.
It connects the knowing to the doing.
That's a great way to say it.
Imagine you hear a stock market tip. Buy this company. If you buy it, you act on the tip.
Or imagine you feel a sudden desire, an impulse. I want chocolate.
Ooh.
If you go and eat chocolate, you acted on your impulse.
I often act on that impulse.
Me too.
So act on means to do something as a result of information, advice, or a feeling.
It means you did not just sit there, you did something.
Very good. We have one more verb. Are you ready for the last one?
I am ready. Let's do it.
The phrasal verb we will study now is act out.
Act out. That is A-C-T, act, and O-U-T, out.
Act out. This sounds like act on, but it is Very different.
Very different.
It involves acting like an actor,
It-
like in a movie.
Exactly. The simple definition is to perform something with actions and gestures.
Actions and gestures. What are gestures?
Gestures mean using your hands and your body to show meaning.
So act out means to tell a story with your body, to show it, not just say it.
Yes. Think about a theater. Actors on a stage.
Okay?
They're reading a script. They have to act out the scene. They have to pretend to be the people in the story.
The source text example is they acted out the story on stage.
It means they performed it. They brought it to life.
We also use this for a famous game. Do you know the game charades?
Oh, yes. That is a fun game. In charades, you cannot speak.
No words.
You are not allowed to use words. You have to describe a word using only your hands and face.
You have to act out the word.
That is the perfect context. The word is inside your head. You have to put it out into the world with your body.
Let's play charades for our dialogue. Listeners, you can try to imagine what he is doing. I will describe it.
Okay, I am ready to play. I have a card here. I am reading the secret word.
Okay? Do not say the word. You must act out the word. Go.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. You are moving your arms. You are flapping your arms up and down
Oh.
like a bird. Are you a chicken? No, not a chicken. Okay, you are pointing at your wrist like you are pointing at a watch. Time. Okay, time. And you are. You are running. You are running fast. You look scared. You are holding something. A bag. Is that a bag? A bag. Is there money in the bag? You are a bank robber.
Yes, you got it.
The word was bank robber.
Yes. I had to act out running away with the money.
You were very good. You acted out the scene
It's
perfectly.
hard to explain without words. I had to really use my body.
You looked very funny running in place in the studio.
Thank you.
That is a fun verb. It's about performance.
It is. Teachers use this in class. They might say, read this story and then act it out.
It helps you understand the story if you perform it.
It does. Now, there is another meaning for act out, isn't there?
There is, yes. It's a bit more serious.
Yes, a psychological one. Sometimes when children are angry or sad, they cannot say, I am sad. They do not have the words.
So what do they do?
They scream, they throw toys, they hit, they behave badly.
We call that acting out.
Yes, they are showing their bad feelings through bad behavior. My son is acting out at school.
It means he is behaving badly because he is upset about something.
Exactly. But for today, let's remember the fun meaning.
To perform.
Yes, like in the game.
Yes. Act out means to perform a story or word using actions and gestures.
We have done it. We have covered all 5 verbs.
We have. That was a journey. We went from the quiet library to the busy shop.
To the sad park, to the rainy house, and finally to the game.
It's good to review them one last time.
Yeah.
Repetition helps memory.
Let's list them quickly.
Number 1, abide by.
That means to follow a rule, like in the library. You must abide by the silence.
Number 2, account for.
That means to explain a number or a missing thing, like in the shop. Please account for the missing money.
Number 3, ache for.
That means to want something with deep emotion, like the homesick friend. I ache for my home.
Number 4, act on.
That means to take action because of information, like the weather. We acted on the warning and stayed inside.
And number 5, act out.
That means to perform with your body, like in our game. He acted out the word.
5 phrases. 5 new tools for your English toolbox.
We hope these explanations made sense to you. We hope the pictures in your mind are clear.
Learning English takes time, so please do not worry if you forget. You can always listen again.
And try to find one of these words in your life today. Maybe you can act on our advice and practice.
Or maybe you are aching for a break.
I am definitely aching for a cup of tea now.
Me too. Thank you so much for joining us in the classroom today. This has been a special edition of The Deep Dive.
Keep listening. Keep learning.
Yeah.
Bye.